Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the British Tier 6 Tech Tree medium tank, the Cromwell with the Derp, or the Derpwell. If you do like the video, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, as it really does help out the channel. And yes, the Derpwell. The Cromwell, it is the only way to derp well. Oh dear. So yeah, the Cromwell Derp, it only ever comes out when one man appears, and that is when the man stopped mounting goating somewhere and he's come back to actually play the game. We take out the Cromwell Derp with Turkey, because that's just the way it goes. It always ends up being the case, and that's because this gun is pretty awful, but it is absolute memes. It really is. It's a terrible, terrible gun for this tank, but it is absolutely memey. And you can have a great time with it if you don't take it too seriously. And that's because the shell velocity on this tank is only 243 meters a second on both the HE and on the heat rounds, which is pretty atrocious. It's genuinely pretty awful. It's terrible. It's one of those tanks that you fire the gun and you sit there and just go, you just watch it go pew, wee, as it hits the target. And it is delightfully satisfying when you do manage to have pretty decent games in it. It's also delightfully derpy. It is just an awful, awful gun, to be honest. I would never recommend it, but if you do want to have a laugh and try and just have some fun with it, you could definitely do it with the Derpwell. Because, yeah, it's got 0.42 accuracy, which is awful. 2.08 second aim time is pretty good with the build we have, which means you are aimed in pretty quickly with this thing. You also have 47 penetration on the HE, with 110 pen on the heat rounds. If you actually pen the HE, you have 4k DPM, but with only 47 penetration, you very rarely do pen these HE rounds unless you get really lightly armoured tanks. But the 110 pen heat rounds can be useful if you get the side and rears of tigers and stuff like that, and it really boosts your damage up quite quickly, because you do have 280 damage on those shells, which, you know, it can be useful, but yeah, it is what it is. It's a pure meme, this tank. So what do I run in terms of a crew and equipment? Well, I run the Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Camouflage Expertise, Silent Driving, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Optics, the Camo Net, and Vents. Optics and Vents to make sure that the view range is as high as possible in the Cromwell there, so I can spot for myself, but also making everything else generally better as well. I'm not too bothered about firing even quicker with the advanced loader, because I just want to make everything about the tank better. I want to make the view range up to 471 so I can spot things at greater distances, and just try and make the aim time and the accuracy a little bit better on this gun as well. And then the camo net's knocked the camo down to 281 meters of still concealment, so we can be a pretty stealthy tier 6 medium tank, so we can fall back on that if we want to. And then the 3 gun perks to make this gun as good as it can be, because it's absolutely atrocious, so we really want to help it out if we can. And then the Camouflage Expertise and the Silent Driving to make the camo better on the move, so that we can keep that really good still concealment on the move concealment, and also just make it better in general, because it's really handy to be a very stealthy tank in this Cromwell, so that you can get to really advanced positions, flank really well, and hope to try and not get spotted when you try to take advanced flanking positions, so that you can catch people by surprise, which is always nice for the Cromwell. So this first game, we are on El Halluf, and on El Halluf, we are just pushing to try and get some shots on the 2 TDs at the back of the map and this artillery. Naturally, we can pen the artillery with the HE, but we come across a T25/2 and he completely caught me off guard. Sadly, we missed. There's a Stug 3G. Oh no, and an IS. Oh boy, we're in trouble. So, thankfully the IS misses. We bounced the shot from the Stug as well, but the Stug's now dead, and we're just going to try and get round this heavy tank if we can, because he's got obviously not the best turret traverse in the universe, as he is a heavy tank. We get the shot that we wanted though, which is the tracking shot, which makes it as difficult as possible for this guy to get his turret on us, and we just managed to swivel round him and get some of the tracking assist there, which is glorious. There's only one tank left on the enemy team. It is the T25/2. He's faced the other way. We've got the heat round in. We put the shot into his back end and Swindle finishes him off. And we finish the game with a really nice total there for the Derpwell. We finish with the epic victory. The 1 kill, 2.3k damage, 1500 assistance, with the ace tanker and the Confederate medal for that 1762 base XP. Really nice game there for the Derpwell. It's just memes. That's all it is. It's just memes. That's all this tank is. And like I say, every time... This is why that game was from a very long time ago. That's why it only ever really comes out when Turkey appears, because it's like, hey, Turkey, let's, you know, you're the only other one that's mad enough to do this with me. Let's do it. Derp well, let's go. And we end up doing it. And just having a laugh, because that's the whole point, right? You're supposed to have a laugh, have fun, and just see what kind of memes you can cause. And we're on to the second replay. In the second replay, we are on this map, which is Swamp. And on Swamp, I want to try and get to the corner down here at C7, because if we get here, we can try and spot the people that might go up the 0 line and get some derp shots at them. But because we're a Cromwell and I play it more like a light tank half the time, I'm going to be very aggressive and get to this ridge line here, which is a very aggressive spot. We are below the ridge line right here. That STRV, we didn't actually have a direct line of sight to that STRV M4257, but because the shell velocity is 243 meters a second on the Cromwell, we could actually RBRT over the ridge line and fire shell. Oh, there it goes. That's the shell velocity right there. Because that shell velocity is so bad, we could actually RBRT. Oh, there it goes! It's so funny to watch. It's like, pew! Oh, Derp will never change. But yeah, because that shell velocity, as you've seen, is so awful, the shells really, really loop very high, which means you can RBRT shells straight over ridge lines and hit targets that actually you can't physically see and stuff like that. It almost turns into an artillery in that way, which is kind of funny. So we're trying to get some shots into this T-34. We load the heat rounds because 110 pen can pen the T-34 there, which ups our damage. We actually penned it. There's the STRV M4257. So we put the HE rounds in. It's such a delayed moment when you fire this gun. You fire and you just watch it and you go, did I hit? Oh, there it is. We're up to 455 damage with 1 kill, 1400 assistance as well, because this tank is very good at getting assistance because you can play it like a scout. And that's the way I always say to play it, which is why I spec it for that camo as well, because especially even in a bottom tier matchup, you can play it more like a light tank and get good assistance damage from it, which is really handy. So the artilleries get spotted in the cap. We're always going to try and shoot the piggy. We launch the HE bomb, and there we go. It hits the Hummel. Fire the next one. And just about loops in. Now the SU-122A is moving, and it's going to be difficult if he's still on the move. He starts moving the moment we fire, so naturally we miss. Can we get the shot in to get this guy? But he just drops below the cover, so we can't quite find it. Can we get the RBRT into this guy over the ridgeline, though? No, because he is actually below the ridgeline himself. I just want to get rid of this guy if I can before we deal with anything else. We put the shot towards the artillery, and it does actually hit him. Okay, we'll take it. We really want the SU-122A to die, though, because the SU-122A is currently looking at us, and it's not good. We put the shot towards him. Sadly, it doesn't pen him. I'm shocked that didn't pen that little tier 5 artillery, but we miss. Oh, we moved. The enemy of Derpwell is movement, and sadly, we end up missing that first shot, but it does go in. Now the Hellcat's coming after us. It's like, Mr. Hellcat, you do not know what you're dealing... Oh. It missed. But Mr. Hellcat does not know what he's dealing with. It's like, hello, Mr. Hellcat, you don't have much armor, and 47 penetration will deal with you very, very nicely. We actually hit that for 150? Well, that penned. Sadly, Turkey dies to the Firefly, sorry, he dies in the Firefly VC to the Hellcat, but we penned the Hellcat for nearly 400, because he just didn't know that we had the derp gun, and we can wreck him. And we're up to 2,077 damage with our 5th kill. When you go against tanks like Hellcats and stuff like that, they are so juicy to shoot at in this Derpwell. We launched a shell RBRT towards the Thunderbolt. Sadly, it doesn't go anywhere near. I mean, if it hit on the move, that would have been an absolute meme. The IKV is a tank that we can pen with the HU, so we launched an RBRT at him again, but sadly, it doesn't go anywhere near. I mean, it's a 1 in a million shot if you actually hit tanks on the move in this vehicle, because it's very bad at shooting on the move. It's very bad at shooting when stationary, let alone on the move. So we're going in on this Thunderbolt. This Thunderbolt should be splashable, but we missed the first shot. He hits us, and I'm thinking, oh, this could be quite awkward. I really need to hit these shots. That one misses, and it's like, no, Crommy Derp, come on. I just want to get rid of this guy if we can. Oh, it does no damage. Oh, no, he could actually kill me. This is really awkward. Oh, no. He misses, thankfully, and the RBRT goes straight into his side and kills him. That was really awkward. I mean, I made that exceptionally awkward there. The IKV sits still. We launched the HE rounds. Where did that go? Derpwell? Are we okay? Where did that shot go? But we managed to shut it down at the end. I just don't know. And finished the game with a really nice total for the Derpwell. Always a meme to play. We're finished with the 7 kills, 2,424 damage, 1,679 assistance, the ace tank of the Bascuchis, the Devastator, the Top Gun, the High Caliber, 2,100 base XP. A really great game there for the Derp well. Absolute memes to play. Always take it out when me and Turkey end up playing because, well, who doesn't love memes? It's just one of those tanks that you can play so carefree and just have an absolute laugh with. I would never recommend it for people who are newer to the game or couldn't really work with that kind of gun, but if you do think you could, it's just, yeah, it's memes. It's a lot of fun to play. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success.